Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Saturday, September 7th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE SmackDown broadcast last night from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada on Fox for the last time before the show's move to USA Network next week. The main event was an 8-man tag team match which saw Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga of the Bloodline defeat DIY and the Street Profits when Sikoa pinned Montez Ford.
Now a tag to the Tribal Chief.
You can count to 30. Montez Ford isn't getting up. Hell, I think Montez might be about 2 inches shorter than he was when the match began.
Sikoa now, Samoan spike to Montez Ford.
And next week,
and another one. Cover. Bloodline win.
Here are your winners, the Bloodline.
Sikoa was also on hand for the opening segment in which he challenged WWE Champion Cody Rhodes to a steel cage match on next week's SmackDown debut on USA Network. In a promo segment, LA Knight wound up laying out both Andrade and Carmelo Hayes with blunt force trauma. Kevin Owens defeated Grayson Waller and Austin Theory in a triple threat, but was on the receiving end of a beatdown from Waller and Theory after the match. In other results, Bayley beat Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green defeated Michin, and in his return to action, Giovanni Vinci suffered a quick loss to Apollo Crews in under 10 seconds.
you can't rush perfection.
And look at Crews from behind.
Wait.
And shoulders are down. And he got him. Crews got him. Crews got him.
No!
Crews beat Vinci in about 3 seconds.
Here is your winner, Apollo Crews.
Well, Giovanni Vinci was screwed around trying to take his outfit off, and referee chipped in and called for the bell. And
Vinci didn't want to damage his jacket.
Lamborghini, he looked like a Pinto.
This is unbelievable.
Both AEW Collision and Rampage also aired last night on TNT live from the Now Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. The main event of Collision featured Pac, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta winning out over Kazuchika Okada, Jack Perry, and the Young Bucks. The match extended into the first segment of Rampage. In the opening Collision match, Mark Briscoe beat Lance Archer in a Continental Contenders Challenge match. The Outrunners achieved their first victory on television with a squash match win over Davey Bang and August Matthews.
They call that Total Recall!
Here are your winners, the Outrunners.
And Total Recall wins it for the Outrunners!
What a moment! History has made! And big gal Erica Lee is beside herself. Go on, son, run those ropes.
Their enthusiasm is really contagious here.
Boundless.
Win for Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum along with Erica Lee.
Hikaru Shida got a win over Deonna Purrazzo. After the match, Mercedes Moné and Camille tried to sneak attack Shida, but Shida got the better of them, laying out Moné to close the segment.
Camille got whacked! So did the champ! Outside! Camille tried to get back in! A drop kick!
It's 2-on-1.
Shida tried a backstabber. Shida held on. The katana. She ends that tomorrow night. She'll be a TBS champ.
In other Collision matches, Orange Cassidy beat Brian Keith. Konosuke Takeshita defeated the Beast Mortos, and the Grizzled Young Veterans went over the Iron Savages. FTR came out after the match and brawled with the GYV. In selected Rampage results, House of Black defeated the M&M Collection, and the team of Dustin Rhodes, Hologram, and Sammy Guevara went over the Dark Order. And in more WWE news, rock musician Wesley Icehold brought a lawsuit earlier this week against Cody Rhodes, WWE, and WWE's merchandising partner Fanatics. Filed in federal court in California, the complaint alleges trademark infringement, breach of contract, and intentional interference with contractual relations with regard to the use of the name American Nightmare. Icehold is a co-founder of the band American Nightmare, which toured last year and has been active on and off for 26 years. He holds a trademark for the use of the term American Nightmare in music, clothing, and entertainment services, according to a filing with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office made in 2016. In 2019, while still active in AEW, Cody Rhodes applied to register the same trademark for wrestling-related activities. Isold opposed Rhodes' application, but the two sides agreed to a settlement in March 2021, which allowed Rhodes to register the trademark. Rhodes was permitted to use American Nightmare on his merchandise under the condition that Rhodes' name or likeness appear at least 75% larger than the American Nightmare text. In the new lawsuit, Isold claims that Rhodes, WWE, and Fanatics have violated the agreement. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.